Okay, week 3 or no, 7 or something for uh, this class. This is my skybox, and then this is the lighting associated with it, the flat plane and the colors, as well as lighting and my skybox. I will show you the terrain in a couple minutes. So this is I think our first question, which was just go back and make everything colored to be lit. And this is the lighting of my skybox. Nothing very exciting here. I will show you 2 and 3 in my next one, the terrain, but I wanted to show you the further work. I kind of looked into the further work, but wasn't able to get it to work. But from what my understanding was, is you take the intensity that has been created from the light and change the intensity, and then since we have this lit color, you multiply it by the color that was created that we decided on in here. And it doesn't work, but this is how I understood the cell shading. I believe is like that's the book, the cell shading understanding of it. Um, but I looked into it. I couldn't figure it out, but I don't know if that's okay for you. So the next one is the terrain, and then I did 3 spotlights. First, I'll show you terrain because I changed. I changed the thing to now include, so you're not doubling up on matrices, and then calculate the n and z depending on how high we are. And then the way I set up the spotlights, so I guess I can show you the shader for the spotlight, which was shader texture light. No, that's shader texture light. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So the spotlight, I have 3 spotlights holding in the light parameters, and then the lights are calculated in the pixel shader. And then the main texture, that sample, returns a float, which is then multiplied by the lit color that we created. And that allows the textures to be applied, as well as light up the location. And then in the actual shader texture light, I have 3 spotlights that are stored in the spotlight data structure. Right here. Okay, I guess it's daylight params. And then I have the user, which is me, put in which spotlight. This is very hard coded, but you put in the spotlight that you want to affect, and then that data is transferred to it, and then so forth. So what that creates, and then for the spotlight parameters, I essentially just picked 3 locations off of the terrain vertices, and then just randomly set the spotlight's position, and then the position they'll be looking in. And that creates the terrain to be lit by the 3, as well as have a texture on it. So the first one is, crap, where am I? The first spotlight is here at the beginning, so it's pointing off in that direction and lighting up these few. I put a brick texture on it because I didn't really care what texture I used. But there you can see there is a texture. It's very bricky. The second is at the way bottom in this little like hump, which can be seen in the middle. And the last guy, where is it? There's a third spotlight, I think right here-ish. I might not be able to see it right now. Yeah, there it is. You can see it better right here. That's the third one, and he's going off in that direction. This one is, I think, spawning here, or maybe it's spawning here, and then looking off in that direction. So it highlights the hump, and this highlights kind of like the canyon, or I guess these are more humps, and this is more of the canyon. And then the other guy is just over here, off alone. And then, yeah, like I said, the texture is lit up. It's not like a good texture. It's just a brick. It's just the one I used. But it does light up in where it's specified by the shader itself. So that is this week.